Hello everyone, Counterspell Hater here, back with another EDH guide. Before we get into today's video, I'd like to say that the Million Mile 2022 is over. You can notify yourself for 2023, but you can still help Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation for Childhood Cancer fight against childhood cancer one cup at a time. If you use my link in the description, that will be available in this video and has been available in other videos. And thank you to you if you are currently supporting. Thank you. You're making a difference in the world, whether you know it or not. Now you do. And you can also make a difference if you aren't already making a difference for these children who are currently fighting against childhood cancer. You can find out about ALSF, childhood cancer itself, where the money goes, special events, and much more once you use my link in the description. With that said, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you to the 74 of you who are currently subscribed. In the comments section, you can make an EDH request, first come, first serve. And make sure the commander hasn't already been featured on this channel, or the style of the commander that you want to see has not already been featured on this channel. For example, I have already done the Red Terror, specifically the Red Terror Goblins. So that slot is filled. You can make a request for the Red Terror Dragons or the Red Terror Instants and Sorceries, stuff like that. You can make requests for standard decks or MTG Arena, like small videos or like shorts, I guess. Do you want me to start making YouTube shorts? Just let me know by making requests in the comments section. Like I said, first come, first serve. Hit the notification bell, that way you don't miss out on one of my videos. And share this video along with other videos from my channel with other people. That said, let's get on to this video. With Mortarion, Daemon, Primarch. So this is a pay life deck. So using your life as a resource to do a whole bunch of shenanigans. With this, as we pay more and more life at the beginning of our end step, we'll be able to create that many more black 2/2 as Asteridas warrior creature tokens with menace, however you pronounce that. X can't the amount we create can be greater than the amount of life we have lost this turn. So with that said, we have Font of Agonies. Since we're paying life, obviously we want to utilize that in some way. So as we pay more and more life, Font of Agonies gets more and more blood counters, and then we can remove 4 blood counters by paying 1 generic and a black and destroy target creature. Last cast heart, we can pay life to create tokens. Chavash, Gloom Summoner. As we gain life, we can pay X life, or X is the amount of life we gained this turn at the beginning of our end step. And if we do, we create an XX black demon creature token with fun. That can help us with Mortarion here. Defiler of Flesh allows us to, as an alternative, pay 2 life rather than pay like the color in the spell. So like, say we are casting like Mortarion himself. With Defiler of Flesh, we can pay 2 life and then only have to pay 2 generic and 1 black instead of having to pay 2 generic and double black. We pay 2 generic, 2 life, and 1 singular black. And as we cast 1 more black permanent spells, 1 more of our creatures get +1/+1 and gain menace until end of turn, which is nice. Razakath, the Foul-Blooded, can pay 2 life and sacrificing the creature to tutor for a card in our library. Crystal Brand draws a bunch of cards. Marshland Bloodcaster basically is like Nicol Bolas's what is it? Bolas's Citadel, yeah. Except you only use it once instead of like the continuous amounts of times you can use the actual Citadel. Direction Reclamation allows us to get important creature cards back from our graveyard into our hand. Aether Flux Reservoir can just kill someone and allows us to stay in the game. Keurig, Son of Yawgmoth. So for instead of like Defiler of Flesh, Keurig here for each black mana in a cost, we can instead pay 2 life rather than pay that mana. So say we have something that needs double black to be cast and has 4 generic. Instead, we can pay 4 life and 4 generic to cast that spell. And as we cast more and more black spells, we put more and more plus counters on Keurig here. And he has lifelink, so he can help us stay in the game. Blood Artist, Zolaport Cutthroat to help us stay in the game because of aristocrat effects. Yes, we are sacrificing stuff. Dread Presence, gain us life. Draws cards, lose us life as we play more and more swamps. We're mana lack, so why not? Colossus Citadel. It's basically Marshland Bloodcaster, but better. And we can sacrifice 10 non-land permanents to it to force each of our opponents to lose 10 life. Toxic Deluge as a board wipe, appropriate for this deck. Beetle Thorn of the Dust Rose. And yes, before you ask, I have the combo with Exquisite Blood and or Sanguine Bond. So you can have the combo with Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Rose, and Exquisite Blood, or you can have Exquisite Blood and Sanguine Bond. Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Rose, and Sanguine Bond will just double up together. They won't go infinite, but still. Pontiff of Blight for Extort, because as we get more and more creatures out, we can extort more and more times, make our opponents lose more and more life, and help us stay in the game longer. Demon of Death Gate, simply because we can pay 6 life and sacrifice 3 black creatures rather than pay its mana cost of 6 and triple black. So we can just sacrifice 3 black creatures, pay 6 life, and then we have a flying trample 9. Knight of the Ebon Legion. Doesn't matter who's lost life as long as a player has lost 4 more life at the beginning of our end step within that turn. We get to put a plus count on Knight of the Ebon Legion. Conti's Machinations. Whenever we lose life for the first time each turn, we get an energy counter. And we can pay 2 energy counters to sacrifice it. Each one loses 3 life, and we gain life equal to the life lost this way. I forgot that specific part. My mind only read pay 2 energy counters. Each opponent loses 3 life. You gain life equals to life lost this way. Wish it was that way, but no, we had to sacrifice Conti's Machinations. Although I believe we have cards we can use to get Gaunt's Machinations back. But there's probably also like better cards out there. Vampire Scrivener. If we gain life during our turn, this gets bigger. If we lose life during our turn, this also gets bigger. It also has flying. Those Broker of Blood is going to draw us more and more cards as we lose more and more life. Children of the Apocalypse is going to gain us more and more life as we draw more and more cards, and our opponents are going to lose more and more life as they draw more and more cards. Phyrexian Arena draws some cards. Falcon Wrath Noble, same thing as Blood Artist and Zolaport Cutthroat. Aristocrat effect. Ayara, first Locklane, drain our opponents as more and more black creatures on the battlefield under our control. Drain our opponents, excuse me. Darkfleet Ravager. Everyone loses a third of his or her life. Round it up when this enters the battlefield. Simple as that. Command the Dread Horde. Basically, this is our Rise of the Dark Realms, except it also causes us to lose life. Plunge into darkness. We can entwine. So for 3, plunge into the darkness. We can sacrifice any number of creatures, and then gain 3 life for each creature sacrificed. And and then pay X life, and then look at the top X cards of our library, put one of those cards into our hand, and then remove the rest from the game. Think we'll probably be doing the first one, but second one allows us to pay life. Shadow Grange Archfiend, we can gain life, but we can also pay life because of its mana's cost and cast it for way cheaper. Plague of the Vermin can get us a bunch of tokens and force everyone to pay a bunch of life. Hero Pit Lord, we can pay life and slowly kill off our opponent's stuff. Doom Whisperer allows us to control the cards we draw, like what's on top of our library, by paying life. Argul's Bloodfast, we pay life to draw cards, and then when it flips, we can sacrifice creatures to gain life. Mana Crypt, Ashnod's Altar, Nyx's Lotus, Azor's Gateway, Pitiless Plunderer, Doubling Cube, Extraplanar Lens, Caged Sun, Magus of the Coffers, Cryptghast, Liliana of the Dark Realms, Black Market, Nirkarna Revenant, Cabal Coffers, Cabal Stronghold, Nykthos Shrine to Nyx, Ancient Tomb, Phyrexian Tower, but Lake of the Dead are all in here for me. And then we have Castle Locthwain to make us lose a bunch of life. And then the rest are just swamps. That said, that's the end of this Commander Guide starring Mortarion, Daemon, Primarch. Get involved with Alex's 1187 Foundation for Childhood Cancer to help them fight childhood cancer one cup at a time. You'll be able to find information on getting involved, ways to give, and donations, of course, and all other sorts of information once you use my link in the description, which is why you should share this video along with other videos from my channel with other people so they can receive guidance. Not only that, but they can help others out by following the link. And hit the notification bell, that way you don't miss another one of my videos. Comment on this video along with other videos found on my channel. Make an EDH request, a standard request, an MTG arena content request. You know the guidelines I've given has to be not already featured on this channel, unless it's like the styles, like as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, the Red Terror Goblins, that is done. I've filled that slot. However, you can do the Red Terror Dragons. You can make that request. I would happily do that. You can also do the Red Terror Instants and Sorceries. Just let me know. You can make standard requests, MTG Arena content requests. Even if you don't want to make those requests, you can just comment on the video. I like the positive feedback from you guys anyways. It shows me you care about the channel and it's showing your support. And leave a like on this video and all my other videos, and subscribe. Thank you to the 74 of you who are currently subscribed, and you can be one of those people who just subscribe. It's that simple. And with that said, I will see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.